toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Jones looking to throw it on the first play. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. The first carry now. This is Williams. Running right through him.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Throwing Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So opening drive, third down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there. And then they can do some work afterwards.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And not much running room, down at the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
The pass complete on the crossing route. This is Tony with it.
Touchdown, Giants.
Kadarius Toney,
32 yards.
And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive.
What it do, what it do, what it do.
And I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at their own 23. Play action. Now it's Locke. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Down to the 42, 2nd down. The Seahawks at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins, take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Locke. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up on the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They'll run for it with Barkley, and he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, and the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and the lead now stands at 13. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him.
What it do? What it do?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Block off a play action. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Nothing is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
So we up right now, man. 13-0, man. We trying to keep that lead, though. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. I mean, that happened before.
First and 10, here's Locke.
Oh, man, that was my interception right there.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 10 yards.
As you see, we've got the momentum right now, so we can see the plays.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Man, come on, D. We got to tighten up. We got to tighten up.
Down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And going right back to Walker. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now to the air. Lock. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Take it at the 37. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative? And this ball will be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Now Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out, he rifles one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's Locke to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, that's good decision making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down. And he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw it is Locke. is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Left side complete to Lockett. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown. Kenneth Walker as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is up to 8. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On second down, here's Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To Barkley on the check down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Locke gonna throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Jones. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Lock. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin. A 13-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. A quick throw out to Lockett. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Running right, here's Walker. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Boye Mafe. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Up the middle, here's Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 28. 88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Again, it's Walker. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, 25 yards to the house. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the right side here. Barkley, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. 30. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 57 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Saquon Barkley running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half.
No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Sticking with Walker on second down. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And defense, they're blitzing here. Jones. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but The self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Barkley, inside handoff. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most